Speaking of a chill pill, let's talk about some gun control.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, gun control. Where are my gun control jingles? Where are they? Can't find my guns.
Are you proposing taking away their guns?
Yes.
Enough prayers. Time for some action.
You want to take everyone's guns away.
Bingo. Enough prayers. Time for some action.
We're going to take your AR-15.
We're not going to give up. We'll find you.
Gun violence is an epidemic.
This could all. You don't have the SCOTUS jingle laying around, do you? If you don't have it, we'll just move. Any of them?
Any of them.
Yeah, because this is regarding, this is from Daily Caller. The headline, I don't need to have numbers. Governor Hochul, trying to pass strict gun control, says she has no evidence to support her regarding the Supreme Court decision on the New York concealed carry regulation.
Supreme Court. SCOTUS.
There we go. Yeah, this is fun. We saw her sort of speechless breakdown on television about how she's
Second Amendment
advocating for states' rights. The federal government can tell us how to run a state. Oh, wait a second. I'm supposed to be a Democrat? Oh, shoot. This is complicated. Okay. It goes like this. Democratic New York Governor Kathy Hochul said she doesn't, quote, need to have numbers to back up her strict gun control proposals. Hochul is
what? She said what?
She doesn't have numbers to back up her.
Okay.
She doesn't have numbers. Okay.
All right.
We're going back to feelings guns. Keep that in mind. Hochul is set to convene a special session Thursday to push through new, tighter gun control restrictions after the Supreme Court recently overturned a nearly century-old law that restricted concealed carry permits. Among the proposals include banning firearms from government buildings, courthouses, hospitals, and schools. Do they seriously not have... This is not very well researched. If this is the case, you already can't bring firearms into government buildings, I believe, federal government buildings at least. Courthouses, hospitals, I think you can in some states, and schools you can as well in some states. Anyways, another proposal would ban firearms at any private business unless the business has a sign explicitly stating guns are allowed. CBS 6 Albany reported. Oh my gosh, we should make some guns are allowed in this business signs.
Canary Cry guns are allowed.
Yeah.
Signs. Yeah.
Speaking at a press briefing Wednesday, Hochul said after the High Court overturned the law, gun owners would carry more. Yeah. Quote, all of a sudden, now you're on the streets. Now you're going to bars. This is not the Wild West. This is New York State, Hochul said. It's illegal to carry a weapon if you're drinking alcohol, Hochul. Anyways, a reporter then asked whether Hochul had any data. A reporter then asked whether Hochul had any data to support her gun control push. Quote, do you have any numbers to show that it's the concealed carry permit holders that are committing crimes? Because the lawful gun owner will say that you're attacking the wrong person, that it's really the people getting the guns illegally that are causing the violence, not the people going and getting the permit legally. Do you have the numbers? Quote, I don't need to have numbers. I don't need to have a data point to say this. I know that I have a responsibility to the people.
What?
It's not about the data, Gons. You don't need data to take away people's rights.
But you can't possibly be a public figure and say this, keep a straight face, and keep your job.
It's the Democrats, man. They're good at that. I'm picking on the Democrats here. Of course, there's Republicans who follow the same logic.
I'm just stunned.
It's really incredible.
Wow.
I mean, especially coming from, the type of politician that would claim sort of absolute absolute correctness of science. Where's the science? This is an anti-science stance that she has here. I don't need to have numbers. I don't need to have a data point to say this. I know that I have a responsibility to the people of the state to have sensible gun safety laws. And this one was not devised by the Hochul administration. It comes out of an administration from 1908. 1908, when the world was way more woke and safe and not problematic to minorities. And no, this is fundamentally Kathy Hochul saying out loud that she's a conservative. She's so conservative, in fact, she wants to go back to laws from 1908. This woman does not think before she speaks is the problem. She continues and says, I don't need a data point to say I have a responsibility to protect the people of the state. Well, she's right about that.
I don't like the precedent this sets, though.
Well,
she doesn't need a data point to say or present anything. Then what politician needs any data point to say anything at all?
You know what's funny? You say setting a precedent. I don't think this is setting a precedent. I think this is operating in the status quo of current precedent.
Yeah.
She's not a revolutionary for saying we don't need data.
I'm trying to be optimistic about life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those little details, that's what crushes me. That's what brings me down from low to let me just dig into the ground. So let me just put my feet in there. And
Grumpy Gons. Grumpy Gons has gone to gloomy Gons lately.
Yeah, gloomy.
The quote continues. Someone, if it's not bad enough, quote, someone who is going to do a mass shooting or something like that may not go and get a concealed carry permit. The reporter pushed back.
Okay, good. That's the report. I thought that was Hochul saying. I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, he's making the point that it's not people who go legally go on. Look, to get a concealed carry permit, you put your fingerprints on file with the FBI. You do all sorts of stuff. You are a registered person if you get a concealed carry permit. Those are not as likely to be the people who are going to go commit crimes where they plan on shooting themselves afterwards.
Unless they are programmed to do so.
Nuts. I want to go shoot up a grocery store, but I can't because I got to get a permit. Quote, I never said there's any correlation between our solution here and the Buffalo case. So she never said that this solution. Yeah. She's calling it a solution, but it's not a solution to a crime that has happened or a problem of crimes or a series of crimes. In fact, she says specifically that this has nothing to do with crimes. It's just, I just don't like it. And I don't need data and I don't need a reason. I'm doing it because I'm bored. The Supreme Court recently struck down a gun law that required individuals to show, quote, proper cause in order to obtain a concealed carry permit. The case centered on two individuals from Rensselaer County who applied for their concealed carry permits but were denied for having failed to show proper cause to carry a firearm in public for the purpose of self-defense because they did not demonstrate a special need for self-defense that distinguished them from the general public. And I love the logic of these states that require proper cause. I believe California is one of them. Yeah, I could be corrected on that. But, if you want to get a concealed carry permit, you basically got to convince the sheriff that somebody's after you and you actively need to protect yourself. Whereas, just the normal, I just don't want to get mugged or I don't want to get carjacked at a gas station or something is not good enough of a reason. And what they're saying is you be in the same amount of danger as everyone else and you don't complain. If everybody else is going to be defenseless against criminals, you get to be defenseless too. If you don't have like a hit out on your head or something, which is so ludicrous, but so deliciously liberal in its madness. The court ruled 6-3 that the proper cause requirement violates the 14th Amendment by preventing law-abiding citizens with ordinary self-defense needs from exercising their Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms in public for self-defense. Hochul said it was, quote, outrageous that at a moment of national reckoning on gun violence, the Supreme Court has recklessly struck down a New York law that limits those who can carry concealed weapons. She's just living in some alternate universe.
What is going on?
I know. It's madness.
You think the deer are wearing Kevlar vests?
You want to protect yourself, get a double-barrel shotgun.
Gun violence in this country is an epidemic.
Watch out! He's got a gun! He's gonna steal your banana!
Don't want him stealing our bananas.